David Dobrik dropped his second apology video, and it's drastically different from his first one. The video was titled 3/22/21, and it was live on the day at about 10:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It was uploaded to his main channel and is around 7 minutes long and takes place in front of his couch on the floor. Influencer public apologies are interesting because when their offense is directed at an individual, they're essentially apologizing to two people. On the surface, it's to the person or people they've caused the offense to, but really, it's an apology to their viewer. And whether that apology is accepted can depend on a multitude of factors.
All hail the algorithm, I'm Donna. Now I know this video was not typical of this channel, but because I made that prediction back in 2020,
my prediction of the next big influencer that's going to have a major cancellation, David Dobrik.
It is highly requested. And also the main reason for this video is that it's actually part of a larger, more in-depth video, but every day there is new information that keeps coming out about this topic, and it's caused me to do a lot of edits. So I think it'd be best to release this in parts, and this part is me reacting to the apology video. So public apologies are pretty interesting because the main reason for them is actually for the viewer. Because think about it, if it was for the people or a person that was directly affected by this, it can be done outside and not in the public eye. It can be done in person, like give them a call or something. David Dobrik's video is no exception. This video was also for the viewer.
I know this is a sensitive topic, so I'm going to jump in every now and again to clear up a few things. First of all, if you are not caught up and you have no idea what's going on, I'll link some sources down below so you get caught up and then you can come back to this video. Just to be clear, when I say that public apologies are for the viewer,
I have asked all for their forgiveness.
I don't mean the viewer can accept when Dobrik is apologizing to the victim. What I mean by public apologies are for the viewer is that public apologies are kind of this grandiose thing that the influencer does to show the viewer that they are remorseful for their actions. And the viewer forgives them by continuously supporting them. So when you continue to interact with their content, you choose whether or not to forgive them. We're going to discuss whether Dobrik's viewers will forgive him, and I'm going to give my opinion on his apology as a casual viewer of David Dobrik.
Meaning that I'm not familiar with a lot of his old stuff. I'm more familiar with his newer content. And I also don't click on every single video just when I'm bored or something that I'm interested in.
I have very mixed feelings about this apology. Let's start with the positives. Just from a viewer's standpoint, I felt like the apology was the absolute best that David could do in order to get his viewers back on his side. It felt genuine, and it felt like he was truly remorseful. He finally posted it on his main channel where his core audience could see it. It didn't feel like a PR team put it together. The vague language he used in the first apology, which is used so that viewers who don't know about the situation don't find out that way, was replaced with specifics. He addressed Kat, the reporter who wrote the article that revealed the very dark truth about his vlogs. He actually addressed Trisha, who has accused him of purposely triggering her for content in his vlog, filming inappropriate moments of her, and much more. I also like that he acknowledges the environment that he's created. Because people were relying on him for their careers, he created an unfair power dynamic that made those around him feel pressured to do unsafe stunts for his vlogs. Dobrik even provides a solution for this. He says that he wants a system of checks and balances. He may be implementing a human resources department for his vlogs, so it doesn't happen.
Judging from the responses of when this video first dropped, it looks like this was good enough for a majority of Dobrik's viewers. Like, he stated several problems and then he gave the solution for those problems. Now, if you, like me, are somewhat aware of how public statements are given, like there is a way you talk to the public that get them in your side, it makes you kind of skeptical of the apology. I think because I'm aware of this, and I'm aware there's a team double checking the things he says, it makes me extremely cautious due to the circumstances of when the apology was released.
Hi guys, it's 1:45 in the morning, and I'm finally by myself. Now I just want to be able to do this and just shoot straight into the camera and just talk to you guys.
In the video, it makes it seem like the apology was personal, spur of the moment, straight from the heart. But if you were on Twitter, you saw this apology coming 2 hours prior.
Hey guys, I just heard word that David Dobrik is dropping a response video in 30 minutes to an hour.
So of course it was checked by lawyers, his team, and even his friends.
Obviously, on the surface, there's nothing wrong with people checking your work, but it's a little more planned and strategic than you think.
I think the strategic nature of how this apology was done is something that makes me wary of it. Let's start with the time it was released. Most Vlog Squad members, including David, released their apology at a time their core audience is most likely in bed. They benefit multiple ways by doing this. 1. Critics are less likely to see the video, so they can't sway the audience's loyalty when the video first drops. What you get is blinding support from a crafted apology. 2. It's less likely to trend because less people will be clicking on it because they're in bed, making it only seen to the fans. Then it's the circumstances of when the apology was released. These series of apologies from all these Vlog Squad members feels like a giant chess match. I've seen arguments that the first apology was bad because his PR team probably made him create that video. But just a couple of weeks ago, Dobrik was providing Scotty with the text from Seth in an attempt to debunk the fact that this prank was done without consent. So, if his PR team made him create this apology, was he actually not sorry? The viewers turn on Scotty as there is constant victim blaming, and frankly, the argument David doesn't have a bad bone in his body just doesn't hold up.
David doesn't have a mean bone in his body. He's so nice. When someone does something that really upsets him, he gets disappointed instead of angry and be like, why'd you do that? Like, that's not cool.
Because this move failed, it felt like he had to make another move, which was his first apology video, titled Let's Talk, but also turned off the comments and dislike button, so he's the only one talking. The language is vague in an attempt to make things unclear so viewers who don't know what's going on are prevented from finding out this way. For example, he says sorry to Seth, but doesn't say why. He says things like he missed the mark to explain serious allegations against him. Believe it or not, I actually understand why Dobrik's team would apologize this way. In the past, the same type of apology was successful and was used when viewers wanted an answer to multiple accounts of racially insensitive jokes found in his vlogs.
Every video I make, every Instagram I post, everything I do, I just want to cheer somebody up. I want to make them laugh. I want to make them smile. I want them to share it with a friend, and I want them to have a positive experience when they're interacting with anything I produce. And with that being said, I feel like on a handful of occasions I've just missed the mark on that.
This time though, it was ripped apart by the viewers.
I would just want to make videos where everybody in it, you know, whether you're participating or watching, is enjoying and having a good time. And I missed the mark with that one.
Well, actually, we don't really know that because everything is turned off. I assume it was, since Dobrik had to come up with a second one. Then 2 things happened that caused a media frenzy to put the spotlight on David Dobrik and the Vlog Squad. An article was published on Business Insider describing how Vlog Squad member Dom Zaglaitis performed non-consensual acts on a girl while inebriated. The beginning and end of that was filmed on David's vlogs.
If you've been following this far, I guess to me it seems like this. Let's try this. Whoops, that didn't work. Let's try this. Whoops, that didn't work. What about this? Like, how did everyone change their position so fast? Is it because the sponsors dropped? Is it because there's undeniable evidence tying you to the scene of the crime? There's also the incidence of who bought the alcohol. If you were truly sorry and wanted justice for the victim, wouldn't you want that person to face the consequences? It feels like there's still a level of trying to protect that person and trying to shift all the blame onto Dom Zaglaitis, which yes, I think he should face the majority of the consequences, but I also think the person who bought the alcohol should also face consequences. Then there's just one thing that personally annoys me, and it's the crying part. It just feels like, dude, why are you crying?
And I was making all this content while there was people that were still really hurt by what I made.
You knew about the first instance in 2017. You've also been already aware of the events that happened in the Insider article for months because Dom sent you a text to remove the video, and you did. Even if the situation with the victims did make you sad, I feel like you should have just cut that part out and started your sentence all over again.
In summation, I think the apology was good on an emotional level. Unfortunately, there's an air of strategic construction to it that makes me question its authenticity. There's certain information that's withheld that makes me wonder if Dobrik really wants justice for the victim. I do see most of Dobrik's fans forgiving him as time passes by. When it comes to Dom, I feel like his career in entertainment is over. Also, it's going to be difficult for Dobrik to jump back into his old content where he pranks his friends. It's always going to be clouded in doubt with an audience that will question if they were manipulated into doing it.
So I have been seeing comments of some people saying that they never watched David Dobrik and they're glad about this. So good on you for at least bringing awareness to the situation with your comments. But at the end of the day, you not watching him again won't really hurt his career because you never watched him in the first place. So I'm really interested to hear from fans or former fans about this situation. Do you accept his apology or do you not? Also, nobody send hate to each other in the comments below, but that's the end of the video. I will see you guys next time. Stay psyched.